About adding also one MTT and try to see, because we have bounty builder now. So let's do it. It's 1k, so 100k guarantee, so let's do it. Okay, I'm gonna put it here and let's play. Okay, we have a couple of new regs. I see we have Skinny Cartman, we have Moses right here. We have Leo Will, not here. We have EDD. So Skinny Cartman, Leo Will. Oh, this guy played today, I think, MTT and Big Fish. From Skinny Cartman is reg. Let's see what I have in this guy. This guy is spewy guy. Okay. Go out here. I think the mostly we want to call, because if we shove here, I don't think we have bluffs. We have like ace jack off, and that's probably it. But I have read about this guy that he did stuff without equity, so that's the reason why I'm calling here. Okay, he had flush here. Five here. So only Leo Will is left, and all others are 2 or 1 tablers. So Leo Will is the only left. Fold here. Leo Will. Troon is 2 tablers, Simon says raise. We didn't play against them at all. Okay. King 4 fold, okay. So Troon, Simon says raise, Kenny, CMAO, Gaffero. And then there are all 2 or 1. This is all others are 1 tablers. And also I read that 99% of 1 tablers are fishes. and I think I agree with it. Just based on what we saw here, I don't think the reg are playing one tabled ever. Let's see when this tournament started. H turbo, okay. I don't like to play turbos. Gafero, I think, is Recro. He's a two-tabler, okay. We have Leoville, right? Okay. Add is Recro. Fold here. This guy doesn't have any off 5x in the range, but he's folding a lot here, so I'm gonna use normal size. Here, I'm gonna check raise. I'm gonna overbet here. I think it's like super bad call on the turn bet, and I totally discount that because he doesn't have equity to call here Jack 8, and I saw that he's folding like a lot. Really bad call from him, but okay. I mean, he doesn't have equity to call Jack 8 here, and there's like no possibility to have flush there. Like, okay, I understand like King Jack suited, and that's it. I'm just gonna shove here. Just a bad call, I think. He doesn't have equity on the turn at all. And I didn't want to overbet the turn just because he's like folding. He was folding like everything. Call here. So I didn't want to overbet the turn because he was like massively overfolding, and that dude who is massively overfolding suddenly calls. Just a nonsense. I'm gonna bet here small. Just a nonsense, I think, because he doesn't have equity to call any flush draws here except ace high flush draws and maybe like king high one. but he's also 3-betting in that position. It's like king jack suited, king queen suited. So basically he has like king 10, king 9 suited, and that's it. There was king 8, king 7 maybe, okay. Based on his range pre-flop, which is tight. So he has like few flushes, maybe like 10 combos. Even with that jack X. I'm gonna bet big here and shove it. Nothing has changed, I'm gonna show the turn. Bet here, bet turn. Checking. Fold here. I'm gonna bet small on the river with the aces. I really don't that call like with the jack 8 out of position, and we bet really big. We bet three quarters of the pot. So uh, if he knows how to play, he should know that he need to have 30% equity, and there's no way he can have that equity with the jack 8 suited. Just no way. Because like, what is the plan on the river? To lose against ace high, for example. Just a bad play. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see what I have about this guy. Okay. I'm gonna bet half. Call here. Fold, okay. Call with here. Again, I'm gonna bet small. This guy is 3-betting ace 10 off. That's the reason, like, why it's such an easy call with every pair. Like here. I'm gonna fold because he's gonna have a lot of ace X. I'm just gonna fold there. I'm gonna call all in here. Okay. I think just a call. Don't have many strong hands. We're gonna call like ace 10 suited sometimes. Like ace 3, ace 4 suited, king, queen. So I don't have ace queen, I have fives. So I'm gonna check behind. Okay, now I think that his range is probably weaker. I bet like this. Check here, okay. Hello Magic Orange, thank you man. Okay, check, call. Calling the river, this is a recro for sure. We have marked all 2 and 3, 3 and 4 tablers, so everybody else bet small there. Half of the pot. Okay, reckless riveting. Call. Recro here. I also think that we can bet the turn with the ace 10. It's probably a better play. But by this way we can like bet check, bet bluff. We can bet check, bet bluff, and we don't have a top pair in the range, but so I think that it's also great to check back, but I think ace 10 is really strong, so maybe check back like worst hand than that, like low aces. Okay. Magna, I think it's also recro. So I think the both of them are recros. Okay. I'm gonna bet the turn. Really bad. I don't understand this overbet here. I guess he would bet like I'm gonna go like this. Okay. Fold. Recro guy. I just don't see like they overbet that he would overbet a queen there. And we block king queen. I'm gonna check here definitely with this. I would 4-bet like queens, jacks, kings, queens, jacks, so little protection on this board. Just gonna check one more. Unlucky. Really unlucky. I think both of right cross. Okay. Check here. I have these flies irritating me. I'm gonna delay it here. Captain Dr. Sir is also a recro. Okay. Call with the tons. Just check here. Ahmed is 3-betting. Let's see the range. Button versus middle position. Pretty tight. Cutoff is 11% not falling to 4-bet. He's loose only on button versus cutoff, so here he's gonna be tighter. I think pretty good board for us. Bet here against two reckless. Also here bet. He folds a lot on delay. Call delay fold river is really low. Okay. Call here. I'm gonna give up with the ace jack here. And I don't understand this bet. He's checking behind and betting here, like. Is he betting like an overpair that is checking behind here? We block aces also. I'm just not sure what's he repping here. Just don't understand what type of hand he's repping. Let's see what I have on mark. I'm gonna bet like this. Yep, this all are reckless. I'm gonna go like this. Okay. I'm gonna call here with eights. Open jack 3. Chicharon, man. I don't know. I don't play Zoom, so I don't know. Okay, this guy has flush and checking it. Didn't bet the turn. Oh, I think he's planning to check raise. Okay. Not c-betting out of position at all. %. So rarely. Then he's like must bet like, I don't know, ace jack plus. Maybe even stronger than that. Maybe 2 pair plus. He's now overbetting. and he's doing that a lot of the position. We didn't see any hand that he had. And I'm not sure what he's repping. On the river, I feel he's repping full house, not the straight. But he can like bet also straight there with that size, because we don't have many full houses. Okay. Call here. This guy's a recro. Check. 18%. Okay. I think we need to call once more. He's gonna have like ace 10 off plus a lot of king queens, king jacks, queen jacks, and stuff like that. He's now polarizing himself on ace on the river. He's gonna have it like ace jack, ace 10, ace queen, but he's betting really big here. Okay, I guess he would bet every ace like that. Okay. Bet normal size. He's not repping a straight here. He's repping threes or fives here. I saw that he never bluffed with those sides, with the 1/3 there. And I also think if he's bluffing, he would just rip it in. But he's falling 50%. 50%. He's falling 50% on a c-bet, so he doesn't have floats, and he's folding even more on a bigger one. So there's no like 8-9 with the backdoor flush that he's now raising a turn. There's just no that hand in the range. So he doesn't have any semi-bluff on the turn, that's the problem. Okay. I'm gonna bet here because we have like every ace-x. He's folding when he's double checking 99%. Okay. I think they're just based on his fold to c-bet. His fold to c-bet is 50% in general. On higher sizing is around 55 to 60. So he's not calling there like the board is like king 5-3. He's not calling there with I don't know 10 jack or queen jack, even with backdoor flush draws. He's just not calling that. So basically, then when you think about that, when he's check raising the turn, what bluff can he have? So okay. This guy stepped ace jack here. Okay. So basically in that spot with the set. ZDD and Simon Says raise are 2 tablers left. Okay. I'm gonna overbet here. I'm gonna check here. I think we just really have many ace jacks, ace jack, ace queens with a hard blocker that we don't overbet with a flush. And now I think we just need to shove. Okay. There's just too much bluffs we can have. So 3-bet here with ace jack. The guy is stepping again here. Step flop bet turn. Okay. Ace 9. Okay. We just don't know the range. He's like representing. He's using a big size here. And we just don't know how wide he calls. Does he rep like 6x? Does he bet 9x with that? We just don't know anything. Okay. I'm gonna check behind here. Call. I'm gonna call here. Because I just can't put him on a straight, and there's like many 7x's, 10x's that he can have. I'm gonna check raise here. We check behind the flop. We block queen 10 here. We don't block any 10, any 7x. Okay. Unfold. when I'm just that underwrap my hand and block so much, there's like no way I'm folding there. And there's so many possibilities of draws and stuff, and we really underwrapped hand. Our hand looks like an ace high or I don't know, pair, and we don't block any bluffs. The most bluffs are like 7x, 10x. Okay. Interesting turn here, both of them call. And this guy's like terrible. This guy's like gross. This is gross. Floating ace jack there. And he's not even three betting, floating multi-way there, and just gross. Just gross. ZDD is two tabler, I think. Yep. I'm gonna bet here. Multi-way call there. I'm gonna overbet here. This is a small blind range, and I'm not familiar how that range looks like, and that's the reason why I didn't want to barrel it, because I just don't know to what to put him, and he's a reg. So if he's a fish, then it's clearer, but I just don't understand the range. I'm gonna bet here. Check there. Here. I'm gonna delay it. I think I'm gonna fold this multi-way. Let's see step turn, 50%. Step turn, inside straight draw. I think this guy will probably fold, so we are basically playing here one-on-one, and he's gonna have like many clubs and 10 X's. Okay. I saw that he's like stabbing a lot on multi-ways, so then if he's stabbing a lot in multi-ways, then it's, and his range will be wide. Okay. 2 jack. Gaffera, I think, is a recro guy. No, he's two tabler, okay. So I'm not gonna do anything. Okay. Games 11 is 3 tabling. And EDD is 4 tabling, and we mark him as a recro. This is a recro. Okay. Open jacks. Okay, this guy, we mark him as a recro, but he's now 4 tabling, so he started with 1. Maybe he was adding tables, I don't know. Call here. Also, this Yasha guy is a 2 table now, 2 tabling. Just gonna move without label and bet here 1/3. Bet here small. Call here. Really tight open here. But it's only 58 hands, so we just don't know. He toned down the size. Really gross size here. People are just not bluffing with this size, that's the problem. Feels like that he's betting like King Jack here. But I just can't fold it against. Even I think I should. Okay, this is also recro. Okay. I wanted to call, but I didn't play with him at all, and recros and unknown players don't bluff with that size. Bet here small. Small half of the pot. It's not too small. This guy's repping 4s here, or a hand that's or part that checked. Okay, he checked the kings. Opening wide on 33%. King 5, 10, okay. He's not check folding at all. He's checking top pairs. I'm just gonna go with the over bet here. using big size immediately. Just gonna bet here. I think we have many bluffs in this spot to check here, so I'm just gonna bet it. I folded ace deuce here. We didn't have any sample of the guy, and he's like bombing here. Ace deuce is really also a great hand to have, not blocking like anything, but it seems that this guy ranges. And what he's like betting, he's like wrapping. I don't know, is he betting ace king there? What he expect to be called, I don't know. I feel mostly that against like Recro, okay, this guy's also stabbing really tight. Having tens also sucks. I just don't want to do it without sample and everything, so okay. I'm gonna check call here. I'm gonna lead big. It's just so good of the turn for us, so I'm gonna bet. Okay. I'm gonna try with he's folding a lot, so I'm not gonna do with a bigger size here, just this size. Let's see what I have on him. Okay, I'm gonna fold here. I think most of the regs, from what I see, is using a lot of 4-bets, and they're 4-betting like king, jack, king, queen, from what I saw, and that's GTO range. Ace queen is always a 4-bet. So against that range, I saw that like 5-7 suited is a call, because you have necessarily equity to call. You need 30%, and against like range full of broadways, I'm gonna overbet here. Against range full of broadways, you just have the equity to call with suited connectors and gappers. So okay. Lambda. This board is a check range against normal calling range in position. I'm gonna bet here ace-8, check on the turn. Bet smaller, fold here. So basically I just analyze the range that they are using. I wanted to know, and I want to know what I need to flat in position as a 4-bet. What I can flat, especially in position, because in position we have equity. We're gonna realize, I think, most of the equity there. So okay, so basically we won't fold. We won't fold like suited connectors ever and gappers, because these hands realize their equity really well, especially in positions, and the range is full of broadways as a 4-bet bluffs, and it's a really good strategy. So bet here. They're just over that range. Basically, I saw, like, I analyzed the range from really good players. One of my friends play the high stakes on stars, and I analyzed his range and the range of few people that I think they're really good, and nobody's using that range, the GTO range, PO range, because basically uh, you're just turning many hands into bluffs and fold them to shove. So just think about a strategy if you don't know how to adjust, like strategy that is like shoving every pocket pair on your 4-bet. You're mathematically not overfolding your range. Mathematically, you're not overfolding your range, and that's Pio is doing. He's not overfolding mathematically, but nobody's using that, like, good high stakes player, because you have like many hands, especially against players who are a loser pre-flop like me. You just can't call like ajax, you can call like ace queen, and you can 4-bet the worst hand than that, and they are not doing that. Okay, call here, bet here. I'm calling the river for sure, because he's like repping what, when the 5 is here, repping a random jack X. Check with jacks. Bet here. So I just wanted to analyze, and this, like, that is what I was doing last few days. I really analyzed a lot, and I just saw like in how much equity you are like burning that way, I think. Because against my range, ace jack has, against my 3-betting range on button, ace jack has 52% of equity. Now just think, what is that equity? Let's see what I have on DJ. Okay, I'm just gonna bet really small here. Just because I know by this way I'm gonna go to showdown here. And by checking there, he's gonna first bluff a lot, and he's gonna bet a lot, and he's gonna bet ace x 2 times. Okay, in these positions he would bet once, but he would bet bigger size, and I think it's better strategy like this. So that's the only reason why I was doing like that, just to see the difference. And I think players here just don't adjust at all. They just play that range, and that range is like folding king queen to 3-bet, and king queen against our range has like it's like really plus equal. So let's see here, 11%. Okay, nice flop for our range. I'm gonna overbet here, like this. I think that King X will check also on the turn, and he's gonna want to value bet the river. And I would go for a delay check raise on the turn with my value hands. So I just think I need to bet really big, and I bet 3x there pot. Call here with the H Jack. 3-betting. I think I'm gonna bet here half. I'm gonna do it like this. He's not falling to 3-bet because he's opening tight range. I can bet 1/3. So okay, we have one new guy, ZDD52 and numbers. We're gonna take a look at him. I'm gonna bet here. Call. He's opening 20 something. This guy is tight in these positions. 3%. Okay, call here. I think and also I don't understand this delay. He must see bet his range is, I don't know, 3 to 5%. He need to see bet everything. I just don't understand. Here. Check and delay c bet. He's not gonna go for a check raise because we have all trips in the range. Just don't understand that. This size is never a bluff, and our hand is too good to turn it into bluff, like bluff shove. Let's go to a river pop-up. He's always value betting with this size. So this is always a value bet. This is like always, I think strategy against him should be shove here, but I think like 9-10 is too good. And he also doesn't have bluffs in his opening range. He has like only 7-8 suited, 8-9 suited, and we blocked 8-9 suited. And also what is important here, he doesn't open like all 7-8 suited. Because from what I see, I feel like he's using GTO ranges, and on UTG, GTO is not opening 7-8 suited at all, 8-9 suited at all. So it's really hard to find the bluff here. The bluff would be like ace-3 and ace-5 suited. And from what I see, he's like always really betting. He didn't have one bluff on the river. Okay. This is just a call. Proxy killer. I'm gonna 3-bet him. He should use a bigger size here. And if he's betting the turn, I'm jamming. I'm just give up in here. Against unknown. Okay. And also GTO size here is 80% plus, so he's not playing GTO. So that's telling me that he's just bad, because you want to bet here with the big size and go for check shove on the turn. That's like GTO play in these positions and that board. And this would be okay if he bet bigger. I mean, it's okay even now to check shove, because we're gonna bet aggressively here on that turn, but size 1/3 just doesn't fit anything, because the ranges are tight and you don't want to, like, you can bet all range with the bigger size because the ranges are tight there. So when I see that person doesn't use right sizes in right boards, also I don't like this. But he's a recro. But I generally, from what I saw, the players, but that is like mostly regs. Regs are just not bluffing with the small size enough. It's like always value betting. If they are bluffing, they use overbet size or big size like a pot and 3/4. Like most regs that I go through hands and I analyze them, didn't have like at all bluffs on river with that size. This guy is 3-betting us every hand now. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna check. I don't think we need to bluff in this spot because our hand is just gonna be good there. I'm gonna just make a quick pause. 1 minute break and we are back. Okay, still need to fold here. Okay, guys, we're back. Jack 3 fold. %55 range defense against button. He's not 3-betting that much. Big blind versus button, okay. J. Pearson. Okay, recro. Recro here, so. We should open like queen 6 here. I got a really boring fly attacking me. Okay. I think I'll need to find the... I'm just checking here with nines. This is really good because we look really weak here. We look like I don't know. And the problem here is we hardly have a bluff here. I don't even know what can I bluff here. Maybe like a 10x, like... okay. What we want to turn into bluff. 10x is, I think, too strong, so... I just don't have an idea. Maybe calling like ace jack of hearts and then bluff that on the river. Okay, king jack is a call. That recruits are true betting like 5-6% in these positions. We are betting like every ace queen. Pretty bad river. We just lost a hand here. Or not, but we can't really bet. I guess I felt against these sides they always have a overpair, recross. Because they're not gonna bet like every ace king also, so... And if they have like hearts, they're gonna double barrel because they double barrel frequency is 70% also. Okay. Three bet smaller size, he's folding a lot of out of position. So if they like to four bet a lot, it's just the best strategy to go down as far as you can. Let's go here to okay, so he bet first in the multi-way, so I'm gonna just fold here. I thought also that we have ace blocker, but we didn't have it. My lowest hype, is that how it's pronounced? My lowest hype is asking me how to put up the red line. Just play more aggressively, I guess. Play more aggressively, and I think that's the best way. Betting whole range on this board. I don't know this guy. He's also, I think, probably Record the Madman. We're first time playing with him. Okay. Bet small here. Stabbing smaller size. Okay, checking there. Okay, I'm gonna call here with the ace high. I'm just gonna bet like this. Bet small here. Okay. I'm gonna check here. And now I'm gonna delay bluff. Bet half and bet river. I think it will be a profitable play against a red cross because they are stabbing merged and they have bad checkers. So their range is, when they check, they have a leak somewhere in the hand. So we're gonna attack that ranges because for all analysis that we have on red cross, and we did analyze like a lot of them together, what is really standing out is their check ranges are really weak, their stab ranges really merged. So against them, like check calling with the middle pairs twice is like really bad strategy. And also you need to really check raise them a lot because their range is so merged, and they're gonna bet like twice and check the river often with like low. For example, on ace-x board, they're gonna bet every ace-x. They're gonna bet on the turn every ace-x, and don't check with the weak ace-x. They're gonna just check it. So you just need to put a lot of check raises then, and increase check call range. Like, okay, you can have like weak on the flop, but on the turn, you need to, when you check call twice, because of the merginess of the range, your middle pairs will be like not doing really good. We have two fishes in the blind. Have good hand to call. If the reg's here, I'm 3-betting. We are deep also. Okay. Again, we're gonna just go smaller. I'm just folding here. 6%, I'm gonna just fold. I'm gonna check behind 9-10. Just bet here on the river. This guy feels like a really neat starts. To recross here, and the fly is still there. I just need, okay. The fly, the swat of the fly is here. Flies, how do you say that? Fly swatter or whatever. I'm just gonna kill them. Delay here, okay, fold. I'm gonna try to analyze the range every hand, just to practice a bit. We are close to the end of the challenge, so I'm gonna try like to make it interesting. In the end, we don't have music. I didn't know how to put it because if I put the music I want to put, creation songs, the people who will watch the later will just have it. They just won't have a sound because, and that was the problem. So I would basically need to put the music which is allowed here, and that's not that because I don't listen to that type of music at all, and I want to put a creation song. So not just creation, like from all Balkan songs. And I don't know, is that like possible to have to to be allowed? What you need to do. So if you know that, you can write me on the chat. If you know how is how we can do it. I don't know about this guy also. Is he a reg or not? We'll be playing with him 2-3 days. Not a lot of hands, but 5-9. Okay. I wanted to at least have one good MTT score before the end of the challenge, but it's just not meant to be, it seems. Today we called it queens, but I just don't see me falling with the way I play them. This guy's opening a lot. Going 3-bet. Wow, really good flop. Maybe even bet bigger here. I think here we practically have the hand that is unbeatable. He's not gonna have like set here. He's not gonna have like ace king. I'm just gonna check it here. I'm just gonna jam here. Okay. Check. Okay. Mickey. Have a no show. What is this? Have not show. Have not show. First time I see the guy. Okay, recro one tabler. King jack here is a float. Fold here. Check here. Just checking. He did bet small on the turn, now he's betting big. He's repping like, I don't know. Maybe he's betting even 7x here, I don't know. Maybe he did bet 2x with the small side, now he's betting with the bigger one. Is still not the greatest to call, okay. Delaying it, call. Calling the river. Okay. I'm just gonna bet bigger here. Okay. Check. Bet here. I tried to the days I didn't play, during the day when I had time, I tried to analyze stuff that I think that was bothering me. On the 10x we should have betting range, so I'm gonna bet this. We can also check raise it, but we want to have bet range because rakes are not letting enough of the like 10x off hands. And then in that spot, we on Jack X and 10x, we want to have betting range and not checking, even against tighter calling ranges. So I'm just gonna jam. Great. Practically, we don't know. We don't know this guy, and in these positions, I think it's clear stack off. Okay, here. Yep. I was also going through all my hands I played here, and there's like so bad run. We run like 3.5 times more on AK with AK on aces than we had it. So, and also like on big pairs, so I just even can like, I just need to be happy with the score in that sense, because it's not showing in EV, but if you want we can go in the end of the challenge just to see like how sick is that. Betting bigger size. Okay, I'm gonna call. Bluffing with ace high or betting without any reason. If he bet like ace queen there, I would say okay, but bet here. We can only check raise or check fold. Nothing else. Thank you, always under EV. Okay. I'm going to 3-bet here. Let's see here. I'm going to 3-bet this. And also this Hubertus guy. He's too TV. I think, I don't know. I feel like he's probably wrecked, so. Okay, 3-bet here. Um, 3-bet here. He called call trivet here with the ace queen. Folds, okay. I'm gonna overbet here. First trivet. Just checking here. I think he's gonna stab. He's gonna stab like pocket pairs. I'm not gonna stab them now. So basically, I think he's repping King X. King X for value and bluffs. So I think it's okay. I didn't even think that he has ace queen in these positions in the range. But he has. So I did analyze a lot of the pool also. That's why I get these GTO ranges just to see, because I think a lot of regs are using them. And it's really important to know why the high stakes player aren't using those ranges, because all really good Zoom players have like 30, 24, 28, 23 stats. So I think it's very important question to ask, why are they not using that ranges? Just I'm gonna use small size. He's folding 70%. Check call with a7. Betting the turn, okay. Let's see what he had. I'm really interested to know. I don't like this. Queen 4 out of anything. Okay, I'm gonna call here with ace king against unknown. I'm just looking at the reason to call here against this guy. It seems this guy is turning hands into bluff. Okay, he had sixes there. Twice he turned pair into bluff, so I'm confident to call there. Okay. He do it twice, turn the hand into bluff. So, and also we're blocking ace queen. I'm not sure here what the guy's repping. We block kings and aces. He bet big on the flop. He's like repping queen x plus. I don't think he's betting nines and tens with a pot on the flop. Okay, jacks. Squeeze here. Really tight. Let's see what I have on him. And let's see how much he tributes cutoff versus early position. He's really low, so like 9% in these positions. I'm shoving if he bets. He shouldn't bet a lot here. Okay, check raising. Really unlucky here. But he had really good hands, so... Although is asking me how it's pull here compared. I can just say what I said like a couple of times. I have friends that play on iPoker, NL50 and NL100, and they are much stronger than the players here, drag. So they're just much stronger players. And even if I saw like how we run here, because basically if you run like it's really important if you run like ace king into aces 3.5 times more, and then if you run like kings to aces a lot more and you didn't win any time, and I lost like 2 times with aces against kings. So when you look like all that hands together and we are winning, it's really strange that we are winning, because I felt it's like really bad run here. And I mean it's not that if you that were always that were here with me from the beginning can see that how much times we maybe people will say, okay, but you did stack off with ace king in every positions every time. I did that, okay, but it's not important. I mean, I just run it. I just run to ace king to aces. It's not like that is like usual thing to do. So we also like run a lot of like tens to jacks or jacks to kings in maybe like positions that shouldn't be done, but no matter or no less we did run onto it. So the conclusion is that I think that if I played against stronger players I wouldn't be winning with this run. Okay, that's like my feeling. Call here. Wrapping, not sure. Is he betting? Is he like check raising jack X here? Okay. Or is he repping a full house? I'm not sure. I'm gonna just call. And I'm gonna bet small here. That's like my conclusion, and it's pretty obvious that I'm right there, because you're gonna see, like, when you run that much in with because usually we don't have any hands. I mean, we play really aggressively, and we are mainly in really, how do you say that, minor spots, like marginal spots. And when we get like ace king, I'm just not moving from the ace king. Or if I have like tens and I'm in the 4-bet pot, and I'm not folding it. So let's see here, just the multi-way. Okay, he did step the first time, multi-way. Just because if you play like this in this style, you're gonna be in many marginal spots, and when you just have a hand for real, when you just have a hand, you just need to go with a hand. That's like that. And a lot of people told me, like, but until I started to play my own style, I was just lost. I just need to, because when I started to challenge a lot of players, and good players and friends of mine were just letting me know, dude, you just can't play like that. And I just tried to change that, and I think that was biggest mistake. I just know to play the way I play, and when I just like started to take reads and stuff, everything changed to better. So I just need to play like me, and that's like, okay, bet here. Check raising first time, okay. It's just like that. I just need to play the way I play. I think it's the only way I can play. So check here. 3-bet delay here, smaller. Check call. Maybe overbet here, I don't know. I think it would be better. Maybe we can go smaller, I don't know. Maybe this is too big. So that's like answer to your question. I don't think much of the regs here. I always said that there is a couple of good ones here, and I mentioned them a couple of times, so there's no need to go. But basically, I don't think they're really good. And I feel like they are playing just because of the field, because there's no other side that you're going to play with 80% of recreational guys. So I'm going to trim it here. He's opening a lot against us. He's now started the 3.5 exit. I'm going to gladly call with a 4-5 suited. And he used smaller size, but that's his first 4-bet here. I'm going to check behind. I'm not liking this. Bet check, bet half the pot. Let's see how strong his bet check bet range is. He's gonna go forward pot here. I'm gonna call. I'm glad I saw this. I just think he's gonna have like many random hands. So when I see like ace 8, I'm glad I called there. Hello Ivan, thanks. This guy has a really strong check range. He's never check folding and his check call range is top pair heavy. So when he's betting, then you should be go crazy. Quacky man, thank you. I'm glad we saw that like ace 8. I was thinking about shoving that. I think that would be a good play also. Our hand. But he's like 4-betting ace 8 off. 3 and 5 xing and 4-betting. And on the river, I mean, I'm sure that he's gonna bet overpair on the turn. He's not gonna check. So he's like repping on the turn, like, I don't know, tens, but tens are also should be bet on the turn. So he's like basically on the river, like repping what he has, like random 8x hand. And how can I fold then a pair in that spot? Because he's gonna then have many random hands like that one. He's repping like 10x. And 10x, a lot of 10x should bet the flop there. So basically he's repping only ace 10. King 10 is betting because of the backdoor opportunities. He has also high c-bet frequency. Maybe turn 7s into bluff is okay. But I didn't felt it's necessary. Okay, I fucked up the HUD here. Okay. We should be betting the river there. I'm gonna fall to Reco guy here. I think ace 4 is a good hand. I'm just jamming here. I'm just gonna use normal size. Smaller size, I mean. He's folding 58%. A recro. Moon Victor, okay. Both of recros. Against the reg there with ace 4, I'm calling it off. Just because they're gonna have king queens and they can like bluff with that we saw that they can bluff with the ace queen there. But I don't think the recros are doing that. That's the main problem there. I'm just gonna forbet this in position against this guy. Just because we are still like over calling a shove, so we are falling to 5 bet 30% now. We were folding 20%. We are still under folding. And the range was really tight, and I decided to do it. Okay. %. Let's see how he plays deep. 16%, 11. So he's betting more. I'm just betting real small here, 1/4. I'm gonna raise and probably shove the turn. Just because I think we can move him like from ace-x here. Gross spot. Really gross. Okay, I'm gonna be late here. I think I should fold it there. Against that raise. But I guess, I mean, the way the hand is played, and he bet $1 there. If he's calling there, I think we just we can just get him off like ace-x. And if he played it strange, I don't know like what he's like three betting there, like overpair, or he's, I don't know. But by the way he played, he's obviously fish, so let's see what the Oymar had. Fives. I don't remember who was the guy that had ace-8 there. I want to check it out. Real bad. I think he should donk there if he's calling like 10 jack or queen 10 or stuff like that. Or this, he should donk the river. He didn't, so it's okay. But I think he should. This is that guy, right? Yep. Betting small. I'm gonna bet big here. Definitely think he's gonna have some clubs, but he folds. Forever young. I mark him as a reg, I don't know why. This guy did open king 8 suited, I remember that. 4x. Yep, he did. Open king 8 suited. See bet the flop or nothing and then checked. Check 9. I'm gonna raise it here. I'm gonna call this. Just because he's not double barreling at all. He's dropping a flush here. And I think he's gonna have like all ace queens and ace kings. I'm gonna call here. Also, I think we had a little bit of timing tells there. Okay. I don't know this guy. It seems he's street tabling, so he can be reg. But I just don't know him. He did play today MTT. I know that. Okay, but check. I'm just gonna check fold it. X grinder. Fives. We're gonna fold. Okay. Okay. Seems to opening a lot, so ace jack is okay. He's opening ace 10 off. Okay. Okay. It seems it's a good river for us. It saved us a bit, so bet. I think delay c-bet there is mandatory after the check back. We need a lot of protections. He's gonna have a lot of pocket pairs. He's gonna have broadways and stuff like that. So the blank man. I'm just jamming him. Something blinds. Limp. I'm free man. 3 tabling. I'm gonna put him as reg. I'm gonna see from that. First 3-bet. This guy just feels really, really tight. But I mean, it's 300 hands. It's not less. It's not. It's not like meaningful sample. It means something, and he's like really tight. Checking. Okay, I'm gonna check again. Okay, I'm gonna bet once more. I think we should bet ace jack on the turn and on the river, but I don't know why I didn't. I I just don't know why I did this. So bad play. I thought that I was UTG for some reason. I don't know. A really bad play. I'm just gonna bet it now again, but I played it. I don't like this at all. I just thought that we were UTG. Okay, this guy's not folding. He's opening a lot, so 3-bet. Let's see how he reacts. Cutoff versus big blind. Folding, okay. This was like a big mistake donk on the board that we don't have two top sets where our range is not anything, so big mistake. And but when I donked on the turn, I need to donk again. Shouldn't donk at all, but I didn't know that I was donking, so okay, 18% call with threes. Okay, here I'm gonna 3-bet. Fold here. This guy had ace-8 there. Look, he now checked, he didn't bluff with the 7-10. I think he basically felt that he's gonna be called a lot because of that hand that he played against us with ace-8. He saw that we called bet check bet line against him with the bottom pair. In a situation where there is like no sense to bet check bet at all, so I like the call we made there. Because there's like no sense to bet check betting because you will not have mediocre hands that wants to bet check bet. It's a 4-bet pot, you see bet the flop and you should bet the turn aggressively in that spot, and you were checking the turn and you're all over pairs from the range or betting the turn, so in that spot bet check bet line shouldn't be ever. Bet check bet line should be like slow plays, like top set, and like aces that played like that, but aces will also check flop sometimes, and they will rarely, I think, check the turn. So I just basically think when I saw like that hand there with the ace-8, it just feels to me that he's bet check betting more than he should, and that he's gonna bluff. So if he's having like ace-8 in that spot, he's gonna have like more like random hands, and I think that he's gonna then bluff those ones. So our call I really like the call that we made, but even better would be shove with that 4-5, and I thought it in my head also, because we have like a lot of jack X that's gonna check behind the flop, and if I had the idea that he's doing that, then definitely we could do it. But I also thought my hand is good. What he's wrapping now, like 8x. What kind of 8x he can have? Okay, 4-betting here. This is the Recro guy. I'm just thinking about shoving. Okay. We just can call here. If he checked, I think I would rip it in. Because you have like all ace queens. I'm not gonna bluff with the ace jack. Nothing is like changed. If like 10 got there or 9 or some of our bluff range. But I think not in this spot. There's nothing we can do there with the ace 9. Just nothing we can do it. I'm thinking about if we want to shove the turn. Just because we have 10 jack, king 10, king jack, all of those hands. And I think we have also like all ace queens in this spot. So we can just, I think, jam on the turn. But I think it's better like with pair plus flush draw than this. But it's interesting spot. But also I don't know the guy. I don't know like is he 4-betting ace queen like the regs do? Because what he's shoving here, I would say probably like kings plus. Yeah, I think kings plus and ace queen. And we don't know is he having like ace queen there or not, so okay. I'm gonna bet here with bigger size and also with here. We're 3-betting king 9 suited, queen 9 suited, jack 9 suited, so we have a lot of 9x's. And when our range is like that and overpairs, so we want to bet on that board like most of our range. Let's see here. I'm just gonna bet the turn. I'm gonna jam it, but I feel that we're gonna be called a lot here. Yep, I just felt that the pair will call us. But from other hand, okay, we're gonna bluff like some ace queens with blockers and stuff. But here I think it's like a jam with queens and jacks in this spot, especially if you have hearts. So, but I just felt when he's calling a turn, he's gonna call us off. I'm just gonna give up here. He's 3 suited, okay. He's checking 2 pairs here, okay. I also hate that flies, they're so fucking annoying. Okay. And I also just really felt there we're gonna be, this is that player. We're gonna be called on that river, on that king. So like when you know like that, when you know this spot, it's just jam really wide. Just jam like all over pairs that's gonna bet the turn there. Just jam them on the river because you will be called like he's gonna perceive king x that you're gonna bluff a lot. So when you know like that, you just shove the overpair like tens, nines, just shove. Because I think we would be called with any pair there, and he would like call all pairs. And then when he see like you're shoving there with the pair like under king, and not wrapping only king x plus, but also like that flush got there, and I don't think he has many flushes. We bet 80% on the flop, so he's not gonna float wide. So that was the reason why I think that is hand okay. I'm gonna bet here. We're betting, I think, queen x plus, so bigger size. I'm gonna 4-bet here. Yep, against 70%. %, fold to 5-bet, 50%. Oh wow. I'm gonna fold here. Let's see what will happen here. I should have the jam there. Okay. Yep, I should have jammed there. But if the guy was on the small blind, I would. But I saw that he's on the big blind, not that loose. So that's the reason I chicken out. Check here. check call. Okay. He's not, I don't think he's like betting 10x now from what I saw with this size. Okay, he is. If it's doing like that, I think we have a lot of queen x's here, like we're gonna call king queen, ace queen. We can just check raise if I knew that on the turn. And then jam the river. Okay. But I don't have the sample on the guy, so I didn't know that he's betting 10x. Because on the turn, like on the queen, we have so many queens that are check calling the flop always. So I think if we know that he's betting 10x there, then it's easy check raise because we have so many queens. But I didn't do it. I'm gonna bet here. Okay. Fold here 4-6. I think that small size is the only size that has sense. Okay. Apple Leuven is 4 tabler now. Okay. Check call here with that. Folding a lot on delay, so I'm gonna bet it. He's gonna have some king x, I think. Call, we don't know how much he... I'm gonna bet here with... I'm gonna turn it into bluff in this spot. I think we can bet like every ace x here, like ace. I think every ace x has sense. Because fours are... I don't think they're ever winning, so... It's not important that we have it, so... And the size is like we are betting ace 10 here, ace jack. And I would have check range on this flop. So it's okay. I'm gonna make a quick pause after these hands. And we will be back. Hello? Glover is asking me, hey, will you still finish with stream and Z? Will you still finish with stream and... Glover, I don't know, man, what you're saying. Are you asking me if I'm gonna finish streaming after the challenge? I'm gonna stream my usual games like once, twice a week. So that's basically that. I'm not gonna play any more Zoom. I'm just gonna stream my usual games. So you will see the difference between regs there and here. I'm gonna bet here. Small size. I'll join this. I'm not gonna play more. I mean, it's not important. I just told on the beginning, it's just not important. The results or how we run, that doesn't have any effect on my decision. We did this challenge and that's like it. I wouldn't ever play Zoom for... I mean, it's fun sometimes. I had fun sometimes playing it, but usually like without sample and anything, without use of the program at all. I don't feel it's worth it. Okay. Against the wider range. Okay. But I don't think this hand is bad. And he's not stabbing that much. First time, okay. And it's not like you're saying now it's when it's going better. It's going the same, man. It's not going better. It's just going the same as it was. Nothing has changed. We just started after 2 sessions down to 0.1k, and a lot of that has to do with the delay shit. So it's not like we are now like running hot and we are playing great or stuff like that. No, it's just the same as it was in the beginning. Nothing has basically changed. So, and that's like not important. So if you're running good, you will stream more. That's like doesn't have that. I mean, people will probably use that logic, but I wouldn't use it. I mean, if you're doing a challenge, whatever it is, if you're running like shit, if you had the bad results, like you need to just stick to it. But people are usually doing something only when they run good, so that's the reason. But I mean, whatever it is, I would finish this till the end, and I'm going to finish it. We are close to the end. So... he did time, and look at this. He's 4-betting really a lot. Okay, we're going to call jacks. Let's go to the 4-bet pop-up. Look at this. And look at this deep 4-bet. I'm gonna value jam here. Okay. Sick. You see what we saw, like he's 4-betting deep 40%, and I have read on him that he called 3-bet out of position with queens deep, and he's now like, and I just immediately knew he's gonna have like a lot of bluffs here. So okay. Thank you, Clever. Recro guy. And also we have like this guy was, when he's 3-betting, the guy that had ace 3 here, when he was 3-betting, uh, every when we were deep, every like board 8-8-4, he's check calling queens. Jack 9 7 2-tone, he's check calling kings. And now he's like betting big in that board. I just immediately knew it's a bluff. I would shove like every pair there. I mean, he had flush draw, okay, but it's not important. Okay. I'm gonna bluff now. Okay. Checking. Look at this. His strength is on this side. It's always value bet. Always a bet. Always a value bet here. Okay. Call here with the squeeze. Let's see here how much he is squeezing against. This is like against early and middle. Okay. He's not double barreling in position in 3-bet spot. So basically when he's betting here, he has like ace queen plus. And we saw that also that in position he's not double barreling. And I don't see like a bluff here that squeezing is betting twice. He's not gonna do it without equity, like with king queen blocking like ace queen and ace king, or with queen jack. He's not gonna do it. So there's no reason to call this player. Maybe we can argue that we can fold the flop, but when he's not double barreling, I think we're gonna just go to showdown a lot. So, and when he's checking like with jacks there, he's not gonna reopen the betting on the river with that. Clever man, but we don't have that sample. I mean, from what sample are we going? Like the biggest player we have like is 2k, and that's like a fish guy. But usually the regs are like, you see, a couple of them 1k, and that's it. We have reads on the maybe 15% of the field, and that's like nothing. And still every day we got new guys there. So I don't think even it's important. We don't have. I don't think I can say I have now like stats, because it's not true. We don't have. We have like a low sample even still, and nothing we can be really excited about. 6%. 6%. This guy doesn't have king queen off. I would say he has like nines plus ace queen. Even nines are questionable. So what do we have here? I think it's fold. Let's see how much he calls button. Okay, it's not important. M-Tipster is asking us how the MTT go. MTT didn't go. Didn't go. MTT just didn't go at all. Tavernus is playing also a few days with us. Fold here. Roma, Troy, Recro. Seven percent fold. Okay, I'm just gonna tribute here. Call for in these positions. I'm just gonna fold it. Call calling with ace-5. I think we can make him fold like 5x here. I think he's gonna have here like or 10x or flush draw or like ace high. I don't think 10x is ever folding. Okay. I don't like to do this when I don't know the player. Yep, he had ace high. And third here on this board, suited connected one. Let's see here. I would say that his range is probably stronger because he did fold like 4 out of 4 times and now he's calling. Okay, I wouldn't say that he doesn't have even 2s and 4s in the range. He's like having 5s plus. So he's calling here with the flush draws. He's calling here with the ace queen. He's calling here with the 6, 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s, jacks, and maybe even queens he has. I'm just gonna bet once more here. I'm not sure here. If we bet, we basically rep ace x here. Okay. And we check behind the flop, right? I think we check behind the flop. I like the size because if we bet like ace x plus, we are betting with the big size. We check behind, right? Yep. Okay. It has sense then. We're gonna have like low aces. We're gonna bet them on the river. It's really good if he's calling here with, I don't know, pocket 6s, 7s, but we don't know that, so we just don't know that for bet here. 18, 22. I don't know what is this. This is like something nasty. This is definitely something nasty. All recross. Really, really nasty. I'm gonna bet here. One check. So bad. And he did stab the turn here. I'm gonna bet like this. Okay. So unlucky. Big pot, unknown player stabbing the turn. Maybe check jam on the turn is also good. But give the area the river. Really big pot, and when he bets that small, I think we are always in front. If he has like ace queen, he would pump it up. And we also have like king in heart, so it's really big deal there. And when he's betting this small, I think we are always in front. So I think maybe we could shove there, because he's gonna check behind like Jack X, I think. And there's no like many pure bluffs that he can have. So I think I made mistake there. I think this is a shove against the fish. He's gonna have like every Jack X, Queen Jack, King Queen, 10 Queen, or Ace 10 also. I think we fucked this hand up. There's nothing else I can say. Roma Troy is a reg. I don't know who is Roma Troy. I'm gonna 3-bet through me. I think big mistake with the ace king, because I just knew I'm in front, and the problem is that they just not gonna bluff. It's okay if he's like calling without equity, but there's no way that he's calling without equity 4-way. Mistake, big mistake, like pure, just perfect check shove there, perfect. Okay. When he's turned down, I'm just gonna check raise. Okay, we're gonna delay it. He's folding a lot on delay, so if he's calling here, his range is weak. Just because people who fold that much just have a habit having bad range there, so even when he calls, I think, because if he's calling with the good hands, he wouldn't have jack fold of 100% in the first place. So I really fucked that ace king up. I'm really mad on me because it's like a big mistake. He would fold the ace jack on a shove probably, but we would punish his strategy of stabbing middle pair there, and that's I would feel really well because he's doing something that is bad, and we should punish that, and I didn't do it. 9%. But look at this, against button 0%. So I'd say that his range is really tight here. Like, I don't know. I'm just gonna bet now. Just a big mistake. I really hate when I make something like that. I just didn't think through hand, and I'm gonna try. I mean, it's just a clear shove because they are just always bet sizing tells over them is always fish bet and reckless bet how strong their hand is. It's always like that. Let's see what this guy had. Pocket trees. No, and he didn't even try to win the pot with a bluff. We're gonna just try to finish strong in this challenge, and then you're gonna see the difference. If you're gonna stay with me after the challenge on other sides, you're just gonna see the difference. Fish on the blind. Call. I'm gonna bluff with this. They usually have really records bad check range, so good turn for us. And now I need to think what he's like check calling. Okay, they have weak check call range here. I don't like this spade because I feel like the range is weak and he's gonna call on a turn a lot of spade hands, like ace queen, ace jack, that type of hands. I think maybe even king queen can be there. And I think also like eights are always there. And our eights are what? Our eights are, I don't even know like what straights we can have. So we basically rep a flush, we don't have a blocker or anything. I'm just gonna go up here. Okay. And usually what I said, the records have bad check range. This is, I would say, strong range, stronger than weak range, because if he's check calling this, I mean, I don't know, it can be like different things. But usually when I see like players are check calling this, I think they have a good check range. But even he can be fish that's okay, I'm just gonna check call, I'm afraid to bet. So it's not that, but usually when I see this, I feel it's stronger check call range than, because records have bad check call range. And just because this is a fish, I didn't want, because we realistically don't have many 8x at all. We have like some backdoor flushes and that's it. If the turn was 8, then it's a lot of different because we don't have a lot of straights. But in this spot we don't have, so I didn't want to bluff. Even it's a fish and he doesn't probably think anything, I just didn't want to do it. Just basically because I don't want that hand, I don't want to bet something that doesn't have a lot of sense. We don't have blockers, and that's also important. And when we think about our range, there's no lot of 8x that we can have. We flatted in position, we stab the flop and bet the turn. We are not doing that with 8s a lot. So we are three betting some of the 8s, and we are not betting them on the turn. Why would we do that? So okay, I want to check twice. I just even I think maybe this fish, this like recro guy, would maybe fold. I even still I don't like the play. Okay, bet 1/3. I'm just thinking. Okay, I'm just gonna do it like this. Okay, I'm gonna fold against this guy. Let's see what we have about N1, X1. Okay. SMG. SMG is a recro. Okay. Checking 10, 9, 10 there. Don't know how to explain it. Just we're gonna take a note about that in my head. Okay. Checking 9, 10. So why? I don't think there's like every initiative here. We are never like checking the overpair in this spot on the turn that didn't change anything. So there's like no incentive that we go to the bet check bet line here. Even nines or things are betting the turn. So okay. I will fold on the river to this guy. Okay. I'm gonna dunk here. Three bet here. This guy looks like really tight from the stats. Let's see what he did open. We don't have like anything. Okay, he did open suited ace. I don't have sample. I didn't want to c-bet it just because I don't know the guy and he seemed tight. And he's like bombing a pot here. And I don't think that he's opening like from the stats. Maybe he's not even opening fours. And he's bombing it. So generally when is this pot against recros, I think the good strategy is to have just a check range with all your hands because they are mainly overstabbing. And that's what we're gonna do from now. It's also one of the strategies I was looking at, and I think it's a really good one, especially like in tribute pods because they will just so many steps and they're gonna use bigger sizes and stuff that you just want to have like because if they're overstabbing you can just have check range and then from that have a check raise range. It's like it's just like that. because it's hard to play against unknown players and have a good check range against them. It's really hard. So basically, when you know they are overstepping, and they are, I see that in the population data, they are overstepping, merged. It's just best to have just all check. All your hands are check against reckless, and then because they're also like betting the turn a lot, and then you can like make your strategies to check raise and to check shove on the turn and to check call. I think it's really good. Okay, I'm gonna 3-bet here. Okay, call here. This guy's not folding anything, so we are deep. I'm gonna increase the size. This guy checked aces, okay. I'm gonna start with the check. I think this guy will have much more ace X than we're gonna have it. Just because he's calling like ace 10 off here in this spot, and we are not 3-betting even ace jack off. So he's gonna have more ace X, and I'm gonna admit that and check turn a lot. Really unfortunate there, but I don't think we can do nothing. I wanted to double check here. Just based on the reads I have on him, but he didn't even bluff this, so maybe he's just give up bluffing against us. That's also possible. I'm gonna bet here. This is it's really bad if he's betting like all 8x and jack x, and it's possible. Okay, interesting stuff in the chat again. Okay, I'm just saying, and I'm gonna say it again, if any of you were running like I was in this run of hands, nobody would be winning in this spot. I'm sure of that. All or like 10% would be winning. At all winning like $10 plus. Just be winning. Because we get our money in spots we were just fighting for the money, like in a really marginal spots, and that's like where our winnings are. So if we just played like everybody plays, wait for hands, fall over fold, stuff like that, would be sucking dick right now. And if we didn't have delay shit, we would be like 10 BBs now and running like a shit. So my estimation is that we probably beat this 10 BBs plus. If I want to like play, I could just, if I have sample and play, it would be just show, because I'm running like a shit and I'm winning. I mean, it's not greatest winning, but it's winning, and we are just running bad. It's not seeing it in EV, but we can go through hands. You're gonna see just how bad did we run. Because when you lose, like, when you run into big pairs with a big pair against bigger pair, like almost 3 times more, and aces against ace king against aces a lot, and then like kings against aces. And okay, I'm just gonna rate this here. It's just that doesn't show in EV. In EV you will be okay. You're supposed to lose that hand. It's just not show there. But if we go to hands, we'll see like we lost like double much aces against kings. Then we have like aces against kings, and when we had aces against kings, we lost 2 times. So it's just sick. I mean, and the run was bad. And I started to tell you that from the beginning. I don't think that many of them have an ace here. I'm just gonna bet have. Just gonna call because okay. And again, this guy check behind ace-x against the fish, recro player or fish. I didn't want to like overbet here just because we're gonna want to bet every ace-x. I think because he shouldn't be checking back against the fish or against the recro. It's not important. Yep, I agree. I think the question was meant to provoke me because the way that he did ask the question, I didn't want to even answer because he's like from the question, it's obvious that he's looking down at us, and I just didn't want to answer that. It's not important, do I beat this or not? I played like almost, I'm gonna play what 100k hands on stream. Every hand run like whatever we run. I just played on stream. I didn't play one hand off stream. So I showed like people can see my hands, people can adjust their strategies. A lot of recro guys are following us, can see like what are we saying, how will we play against them. They have like massive advantage over us. We don't have any fucking sample and we are winning. So in my opinion, I would want to see like percentage of guys that can do it, because it's not easy. I see like guys who are streaming the MTTs, like when the VCOP, when the big tournaments are, and I see like stuff like that, and that is hard. But that's like even not important because with 99% of the people, you won't play anymore, anywhere, and ever like. And here I'm playing the same guys, but not like not too much, but we are playing the same guys a lot. So it's a lot harder to stream cash games and 100k hands than stream MTTs for 2 weeks, because you can like show your strategies. People just can't. Most of them will not even follow you playing, and Rex Hero will wanted to see what we have and stuff like that. So it's like massive difference here. Check call. Let's see what the guy had. Okay. Call with the sixes. I don't think this guy squeeze really lightly. And if he's betting here into two of us, he's definitely having a hand. I'm just gonna fold. Again, this guy is like, I think, fish. I'm gonna raise it here. Call all in. He can have like king, queen, jack, X. But he's calling with the gut shot with the ace queen and hitting the king. You see, like, that stuff doesn't show in EV, but you're not running good when it happens, because he's only hitting a 4 outer there, and we are shoving the turn because he can have like every king queen, jack x, and over pairs. I'm gonna bet here with the gut shot. Check here. I'm gonna bet because he's shorter. I'm gonna bet smaller. Rage, you could do like talk about poker hands, poker strategies, and stuff like that. You can start with that, not with this, but of course I'm feeling better playing smaller pools. It's it's nonsense because smaller pools you get better understanding of the players. You have bigger sample, faster. But also, like, I don't like to play Zoom because the point of the Zoom is to play a lot against unknown players, and that pool is a big, and that it you play a lot of hands and stuff like that. So that's the whole point of the game, and all point of the game it's not it's not it's not just I'm just not liking it, and it's not suiting me very well. I'm gonna just say it like that. I'm just gonna fold here. This guy tried to value bet here, ace 10, ace 9, he bet into two players, which I think is real bad. With lower size. Multi-way you just want to have a smaller, because if you're like betting like that small, it seems like that you want to bet a lot, and against button and big blind it's two players, and small blind range is stronger than big blinds a lot, and a lot stronger than buttons, and you just can't do it. The guy should have check raised there with the queen, with the king jack. Check raise for value, especially against that size. Mosaka-san. Okay. I'm just gonna bet once more here. Okay, he did hit. He's gonna have like so many pair plus draw hands. That's gonna call twice. And weak aces also. And I think Repline is asking me the question that's been asking for 200 times. Do I think that players on PokerStars are better compared to other sites? I would say no, just because I know the guys that are playing NL50 and NL100, and I just know like a couple of my friends play there, and I just know like how strong they are compared to these players. So, but that doesn't mean there's not good players here. So, but generally no, because also like the point here is there's a lot of recreational players, and that are basically better version of fishes, but still fishes. He's three betting a lot, it seems. I'm gonna call like good hand like ace 4. I'm not gonna 4-bet it and turn it into bluff. If I want to do it, I can do it like worse, like ace 6 suited or ace 7, but not this. And I definitely think that players on the Zoom are a lot tighter than the normal players. Even fish are really tight, and a lot tighter than usual fish. And just you're gonna just see when I would stream my usual games how players they are just way better. But okay, I also understand the policy of the regs here, because I mean regs here just want to like make the most, so they just want to Okay, I'm gonna go up here. So basically they're playing against many recro guys, and they just don't want to get involved with weak hands and be like overplaying with regs. So maybe that's also a reason why they are tighter and stuff like that. Call here against really wide range. Okay, this guy is stabbing. Okay, I'm just gonna call here. I'm gonna bet fold here, and I'm gonna fold here. We have a lot of we have like all ace queens. He's gonna continue with ace queen. So bet on the river is okay. He's gonna check like tens. He's gonna check like jack x. So okay. Let's see big blind versus cutoff here. It's big blind versus early middle position. 3 betting range. 6%. Okay. Oh no, it's small blind, my part. Then it's a clear stack off here. We see that he's 3 betting 12% against early and middle, so clear stack off. Okay, we made a bad bid, but it's like pretty obvious. He's 3 betting 12% against early and middle. Like 12%. I would usually call, but against like really tight range, but against this range, I mean, I'm just looking forward to get it in. Okay, let's see here. Okay, we're calling. This guy doesn't have a hand better than us ever. So, really good spot. I think if the ante is there, yes, it has sense to go 3x. And it has sense to just play a lot of different ranges, because when the extra money in there, you should like loosen up a little or a lot. Defending a lot more blinds, definitely. I'm just gonna call with the 2 fishes and 1 fishes that is opening. You just want to play a lot hands in that spot, I think, really a lot. So fold. This is the new guy. We have space shot. Okay. Let's see what I had. I was thinking about the size that has sense. Okay, guess that hand is perfect, but I didn't want to orbit there. It's hard to have bluff in that spot then, especially against unknown player. Bet here. I think when the ant is in the game, then it has a lot of sense. If you know how to play good post flop, to even have a calling range in the middle position in the cutoff, it just has sense. This is the rag. He's for tabling. Space shot or space is shot. I don't know how it's pronouncing. A lot of good players have calling range in positions like even on the middle and cutoff, so it's definitely possible to have. But when the ante is in the game, just also because players don't know how to play well out of position, I think you can call a lot in position. And I like that ante. I always like when the ante is in, because it's just like making you play a lot, and that's the good thing. Only thing missing in party poker is hand history. Betting pretty big there. Okay. We don't have ace queen, so basically it's really hard for us to raise there. I'm just gonna overbet here. Okay. I'm gonna dunk here. We have like all queen jack here and ace jack, and he's gonna check a lot on the king. I think I would play like this, even like jack 10, king jack, just because it has a lot of sense to lead the river there. This guy stabs. Just gonna call. We don't have like hand that can call a shove there. I would say this guy has a queen X. This guy, I'm pretty sure of it. And we're gonna see here, because 8x here. Yep. I'm just gonna fold here. It just has sense there to donk. It just really has sense, and it's really hard to find bluffs in that spot also. We have like queen 3, which is clear bluff, but I think it's really good play, and it's really good to play there to do it with the full house. So when he shoves that, we can just call. And also we just need to call even some jack X there. Like queen jack, I think queen jack is a bad call. Just because you're blocking his queen. And on the river, I mean, you just need to do it with the full house also. Against 33%, it's not ideal. And the guy took so long time there, and you don't have decision so long there. There's like no dead decision, because if you have a full house or straight and you think I'm betting only, like there's like that, you don't need to like think that much. So okay, I'm gonna call jack 9. Again, pretty bad turn to continue. We wouldn't hit it. Okay, call here. I don't like this king. Just gonna give up. Okay, I'm gonna bet here. Big blind versus 35%. Big blind versus early. Something's not good there. Something is wrong. I don't know what, but something is. Fish here. He called 7-10 suited 3-bet, okay. So basically we just don't know about awareness. and Magual, but I'm gonna mark him as regs because of the stats and the way I saw they're playing. He's not folding. Opening middle 20. Okay. I'm gonna fold here. Okay, even on 1/3, I'm gonna just fold it. 3-betting big blind with a button. A lot it seems, but not now. I think that queen 3 we played okay. I really like the way that we played it. But we just need to play that full house the same way. That's also a thing there. Just because we want to have protection then. And I think it's also really, really important. But I don't know how he sees us. Maybe he sees us that we are just doing it with the Jack X. Because I don't think that he thinks that we have a lot of bluffs there. I'm sure about that. And that's why he shouted, I think, because he really thought that we have Jack X. And I don't think the people were like, we're gonna get us out of the Jack X there. And especially if I have like Queen Jack, which is the most likely hand I will have in that spot. To fold their Queen Jack, it would be, I think, when we play it like this and fold Queen Jack, it would be really bad. And really exploitable to do it. Okay, calling here with the hand we have. Freezes, recro. You see like recros are checking queens here. I'm gonna fold this. Queen 8 also. King deuce. I'm gonna fold this to a true bet against him. Against him 7%. It's also low. I'm just gonna fold here, okay. Also, I don't know about this guy. It seems like he's a reg, just based on the stats he has and frequencies. It's not reckless. He's having really tight range, and reckless would be a little bit loser, I think. So we're just gonna mark him as a reg. I don't like this. I'm just gonna fold. The nines are in this spot are mainly fold. especially against like this guy that seems tight, and this guy opened the first hand and he's trivet with that size, and we hit the set there. In these positions I'll just stick with the GTO range, which is in this spot called 4-betting like jacks. And if I think the guy's loser or wider, then I can go to 9s and 8s like ajax suited or stuff, but I just don't know the guy, and I mark him as a reg, but he seems like really tight. So okay, bet here. If we are betting, I think we need to shove it. And I just don't like to do it against recross. They're just not falling to a 3-betting position. They all fold the turn, but on the river they fold 20%, so I'm just gonna give up. I'll show you this. I think their range, like, look at this. Fold to river, 23%. So when they call twice there, I'm just not gonna bluff. Okay. Let's see what the guy had. Oh wow, this is the hand we could have bluffed. Yep, we could bluff this. Okay. But I did stick to a sheet. I don't know the player. He's a recro and I'm just gonna treat him as a recro. I see they all fold the turn. So I guess he would fold a lot on the turn. I like his floats and stuff. And when we think then on the river, what is his range? When he calls the turn there. I think they're just gonna call like in the sheet in this spot. So I just gave up there. This guy is calling. This is his like really rarely calls. Okay. I like the way I like the reason I gave up. Just because he's a recro and they're not folding in that spot. Even we have like ace blocker there. Okay, let's see here. Let's see deep or against us. Okay. This is a fold always. Okay. Mr. Tipster is asking me, did I try play? No. No, I didn't. I mean, it's the same as here. I don't like the format. I'm gonna bet here. Fold 4-5. I just don't like the format at all. I mean, even you could have on Party Poker, you could have on Fast Forward, you could have a ham working. I just don't like it, and I always knew that it's not for me. I just always know that, so that's the reason why I stay away from it. Thank Henry. We're gonna. I intended to do a longer session today, so I don't need to play like maybe tomorrow. And I said like we're gonna do 2-3 long sessions, and that's it. That's the plan. We have like not many hands to go. Okay. 3-bet here. Smaller size here. Let's see how he reacts. He always called. Let's see, a deep. He always called. Okay. So his range will be wider. Opening 30. Yep, he's gonna call pretty wide here. He's gonna call all pairs here. He's gonna have floats like with the diamonds. I'm gonna bet here. Okay, check here. Okay. Really nasty turn and river also. I just don't know what hand can we beat here. He's gonna call with ace-jack always on the flop. He's gonna call with 8-9 there. So only way we are winning here if he's like bluffing with a 10-jack here. Or bluffing with 8s and 9s. But that's also, is he gonna call 8 and 9s multi-way here? I don't think so. And is he gonna bluff with this size? Also questionable. Yep, definitely like that. Hello, Jumalander. My partner, not Caddy, made that happen. He did collect all the data, and he made it as a sheet in all possible lines and stuff. So I need to credit to